Hey, what's good, everybody? Brent here with CPC Bodybuilding, the home of men's classic physique. Got a preview of the Atlanta Pro with IFBB Classic Physique Pro and two-time WNBF World Champ Kendahl Richmond today. Kendahl, thanks for joining, man.
Of course, a pleasure, pleasure.
Yeah, Kendahl and I have done a lot of interviews and just various things on the channel in the past, but this is the first preview we're having Kendahl on
Yeah, yeah,
as he prepares to begin his Ben Weider prep, if I understand
yes,
right.
yes,
So
yes.
Kendahl
Excited
trying to
for that
go for
one.
that O qualification, coming off an
Yes,
Arnold Classic appearance this year. So big year
yeah,
for Kendahl.
yeah, yeah. Excited for that one. So,
Yep. So we're gonna go ahead and jump into the preview today, guys. We got the Atlanta Pro on Saturday, July 13th. But before we get into the lineup and everything, I want to make sure to give Kendahl a big shout out. Make sure you guys can find him here on socials. So here's his Instagram. It's underscore Kendahl, just his name right there. You guys can check him out. Make sure you use his code, support him. And you're working with Vanquish now, right, man?
yeah, I'm actually just about to announce uh my ambassadorship with them on my page this week. I finally got my first package, so I'm going to make a post about it. But yeah, I just got a message sent, like I think it was a few weeks ago. It was a process. Did a few phone interviews with them, stuff like that. And they accepted me, and I'm a part of the team, which I'm very happy about. I mean, I love Vanquish. I obviously I know Breon, I know Tristan, I know some people, some guys who also were part of the team as well. And I've always loved how they just kind of go about their team and everything. I love their apparel and everything. So I'm really excited about that. It's a big move, especially leading up to Ben Weider. So I'm excited about that.
Yeah, so exciting things going on in Kendall's life right now, getting ready to start that Ben Weider prep. Make sure you guys use his codes, like I said. And then if you're looking for coaching too, Kendall's a great coach, very experienced in his own right. So if you guys want
Yeah.
to inquire there, you can find him right here in his bio. So without
Yes.
further ado, we shall get into the Atlanta Pro details. So, like I said, guys, I got the lineup here on my page. You can follow me at CPC Bodybuilding, same as the YouTube channel. Find me right here for all the updates. But I got the lineup posted there. So, show details, guys. So, the classic guys are going to go on Saturday. So, this is a 2 day pro show, actually. There are divisions that go Saturday and Sunday. But what you need to know for classic is it's going to be in the middle of the day on Saturday. So we have masters divisions as well as open divisions. Now, if you guys are wanting to watch Open Classic, the start of prejudging is set for 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, finals at 4 p.m. Now, Classic is in the last slot here in terms of order. So my expectation is we probably won't see the Classic guys going for prejudging until at least 12:30, but I'll be updating you guys with times and stuff so you guys can follow me on Instagram. I'll be giving you guys the updates on kind of how the show's moving and when to expect everybody on stage. But if you want to also watch the show, there is a live stream here. You can find it on wingsofstrength.net here with the official pay-per-view live stream right here. If you click here, it's $40 on Muscle and Fitness. Muscle and Fitness does a great job with their streams. They do the Olympia streams as well, so it's going to be, I assume, in at least 1080p high def. So going to be a really good live stream, and then I'll also be posting all the photos and the videos from the call outs at the show on Instagram. So without further ado, we'll go ahead and get into the lineup. So here is our Atlanta Pro lineup. So we got an All-American lineup right here. So we got Theodore Atkins Jr., Anthony Barbera III. Chris Barnes is actually a scratch. He will not be competing in this show. I talked to him yesterday. Terrence Bonds, BJ Carswell, Jarrett Crew returning to the stage after 3 years away. Keith Jenkins, Jared Keys, Brad Killian making his pro debut, Eddie Lusk, Damian Ricketts, Aaron Sparenberg. Also, apology to Aaron. I realized today that I misspelled his last name. It's Berg, not Burg. Stephen Thames, Lenny Wicks, and Andrew Wilson. So that's our full lineup there. We will go ahead and start out with Theodore Atkins Jr. I'm going to switch views just so we can look at his NPC photos here. So All right. So we got Theodore Atkins Jr., who appeared at the Orlando Pro last week, pull up a front double bicep, a side chest, and a back double bicep. So he placed 12th at this show. Really, really solid Masters Pro. Let's see if we can get all these shots lined up. So here's the back double, side chest, and front double right here. So when I look at this guy, like the first thing that stands out to me is the biceps. This guy's got crazy arms. And then
Yeah,
if we
yeah,
look at
I
the
agree.
yeah, really good arms. I think his legs are really solid. Kendall, what's your opinion just based on these shots, man?
I can tell he has some flow. I can tell he has flow to his physique. The way he like the way the calf is spiked on the front lower bicep. The way he kind of tilts his hip a little bit. I can tell he has a flow and he knows how to present his physique, which is a good strong point to have. Good lines, good shape, biceps peak.
Yeah, and 12th at that Orlando show is pretty solid too. I think that's it's probably one of the better placings
Yeah,
that he's gotten in recent memory. So I think
yeah,
really good look in general, well put together. Just probably needs to bring it in a little bit more with the condition, and like I could see him moving
right.
up from this. He's very very balanced, well put together, and has a really good physique.
Yeah, good balance, good side tie in. I'm seeing good lines in his side tie. Definitely if he comes in condition, he can definitely for sure be first call, and I can see it. If he's conditioned enough,
Yeah,
back looks thick. No weak parts necessarily that that
yeah,
overpower anything in particular. So
yeah. Totally agree, man. So that's Theodore Atkins Jr. We're gonna switch views to go back to IG. All right. So next up, we've got one of the headliners for this show. This is Anthony Barbera III. So he's a 2022 Olympian, won the Atlantic Coast Pro that year. He actually finished second at this show last year, known for his condition. So looking at this footage from last year's Atlanta Pro, Kendall, I'm sure you've probably seen him because he competes quite a bit. What are some things that stand out to you when you've seen Barbs in the past?
okay, now I see it. Um, okay, I'm seeing the video a little bit more. Okay, now I see the video. Yeah, deep cuts. First thing I see, looks very conditioned, good flow into his physique. Looks like he knows how to present his physique really well. But the first thing I notice is his cuts are deep cuts, well conditioned. Definitely stands out.
Yeah, he's peeled every show. I've never seen him out of shape, always nailing the peak, and he's worked with his coach Sebastian for quite some time. I think they've really
Right.
figured out the peak, and really it's just been the focus over the past year or two has just been to continue to put on size because very balanced, very proportionate, no weak body parts, in my opinion. I think Barb's is
Yeah, good
just,
tan as well.
mhm.
Yeah,
Yeah, just really well put together. He's definitely one of the favorites in this show, and I think should be in consideration for the win, truthfully.
yeah, definitely. If he comes in just like how he is now with the added progression that I'm sure he's made, then his back looks really good too. And nice good lower erectors. Yeah, definitely. If he makes the progress he did necessarily to come back better, I could definitely see him taking it.
Yeah, so that's Anthony Barbera III. Next up, we got Terrence Bonds. So Terrence was fourth here at the Body B1 Pro. This is just Terrence's second year competing as a pro, and you can see him
Okay,
here in that lineup with the top four. So we'll take a look at this back double bicep. I think this is a really good shot. What do you think, Kendall?
he's on the left, the far left, or
Yeah, he's on the far left in the shot.
the far left. Oh yeah, because that's the first guy I noticed. To be honest, so yeah, yeah, definitely stands out with his thickness. I can tell his lower extremities condition, his lower half, glutes, hamstrings. Yeah, he definitely has the thicker back in that lineup. So if he comes in and peaks great, from the rear, and that looks pretty undeniable in a good lineup. So
Yeah, I could see Terrence doing really well here and like really just being a breakout show for him because
yeah,
he's got good structure too. You can see from this is an update
Okay.
from, I think, just 5 days ago. So this was roughly 10 days out.
Okay. Yeah. Great shape, great symmetry. Uh, Biceps. Look, I mean, you see both heads of the bicep perfectly peaked. Um, what I'm seeing in this photo in particular, maybe it's the angle, but it looks like maybe the legs can be a little bit downsized. Maybe it's the angle. Maybe the angle's more upright, but I hope his upper body doesn't overtake his lower half because his upper body looks huge. It looks like his arms, forearms, shoulders looks big. So if his legs are match up to his upper body, then he can definitely be dangerous because his waist is in. The vacuum looks perfect.
Yeah, I think he could do pretty well here. So that's Terrence Bonds. Next up, we got BJ Carswell. So BJ last appeared at the 2022 Legion Pro, and I was really
Okay.
impressed when I saw this guy. Like, I wasn't too familiar with his physique. We'll get this front double in here. I think that's a really good shot.
Yeah, really good shot. Kind of
Like
reminds me
the
of
the line through the quads.
kind of reminds me of what's his name? Steve Loris, or what's his name? Is that his name?
Oh, Steve
The
Lorry's?
class,
Okay.
yeah, the classic physique guy. His front double bicep looks kind of like how he used to hit it. He had a very tapered waist, but then he just stood tall. He didn't have no foot out, nothing like that. He just stood tall and hit it, and he kind of has a similar frame to his as he's hitting it.
Yeah, when you got great structure, I mean, you just let the physique do the talking. You don't have to
Yeah,
do nothing in that front double bicep.
yeah. It's a good shot for him for sure.
Yeah, I think like I was really surprised when I looked at the placings in this show because I covered this show. This was one of the very first shows I covered, and I didn't remember this guy. I was like, how did I miss this guy? Like, I think he's really like he's damn good, dude. I uh
What did he
I
place?
will say like the legs really impressed me too, man. If we could get
Yeah, what did
this
what did he
back
place?
double, dude, he was 15th at this show. I was like, how?
Really. I
Yeah,
want to see who was above him. He looks good to me in this these shots.
I think he looks really good. My like one critique is just like more back. That's it.
Yeah,
But that's one
what year
shot.
was this? What year was
This is
this?
2022, so he's
Yeah,
had
so he
time to
had
put
2 years.
size on.
He had 2 years to bring that up. So I'm sure he made those improvements, especially if he hits the back door bicep with his elbows a little bit down to show more width. I'm sure because he looks solid even from what they say the back was the problem. He still looks solid from the back. So 2 years is definitely enough
Yeah,
time to definitely make the right adjustments.
yeah, and it's just one shot too. That's the thing. I think he looks fantastic in every single other shot.
Yeah,
And I mean, even literally the arms are there, the legs are there. It's really just I would say like more like mid back, more like traps, rhomboids, like you could maybe say more
yeah.
lats too, but like this is still a decent
Yeah,
pose,
I was gonna
even though
say
it's his
that's
weakest
still
pose.
a solid showing. Yeah,
Yeah. I think this guy could do pretty good. Just if we see this same physique, I don't think that this is not a 15th place physique in any show, in my
no, it's
opinion.
not. Yeah, at any lineup, honestly, at
Yeah,
any
yeah,
lineup.
this guy's good. I think he could do pretty well. So next up, we've got Jarrett Crew. So Jarrett's making his return to the stage since the 2021 Arnold Classic, which was his last appearance. So Jarrett is just known for having great flow. He's one of the best posers out there and just very, very complete. I'm excited to see him back on stage. Kendall, you've seen his physique. What are his strengths?
Yeah, me, I he's great supporter of mine. I support him too. We follow each other for a while now. We never actually met, but we have strong support with each other. We're always in the comments. We like to shout each other out and stuff like that. So I'm really excited as a supporter, to see him back on stage. And I've been following his prep and everything like that. And all I've hoped for was that I hope he can come in tight, because like I know he has flow. I know he can present his physique. I know he knows how to transition. I just hope that he comes in tight because the way he presents his physique is like top tier. So I knew as long as he comes in tight, he can dominate. And from the update I think he had in the bathroom at 24 Hour Fitness, he looked solid. So the lower back was in. Um, the lines and the delts were in. He looks in shape. So I'm excited to see him for sure.
Yeah, this is that update you were talking about. Yeah, I mean, he looks peeled. straight
Yeah, the
up.
bathroom. He looked in that bathroom video. He looked good. Yeah, yeah, he looks good right here. Waist is on Yemi. Conditioning looks there.
Non-existent.
Tie-ins. You know, lower back erectors. Yeah, he looks in shape. Yeah,
Yeah, I think he's going to do really well here. He's another guy I could see in contention for the win here. I think a lot of people
I
expect
agree,
him to
and I,
be.
I agree, and I didn't want to sound favoritism, but uh, his side profile looks strong too right here. That side relax, that looks really good on him. Uh, But and I'm not saying this because as a favorite, but I do feel like he can win the show as well. I feel like if he comes in, if he peaks just right, and I know it's been years since his last show, maybe he's changing protocol, whatever. But if he just peaks just right, I think he could definitely take it.
Yeah, I agree, man. I think it's gonna be a battle. It's gonna be a really really
Yeah, it's
interesting
it, it's it's
show.
definitely it's definitely a conditioning battle because he has the shape. It's a matter of a conditioning level. That's it.
Yeah, absolutely, man. So that is Jarek Crew. So this is Keith Jenkins. So Keith was first call out Indy last week or 2 weeks ago rather, and I was pretty impressed with this guy. I knew he was gonna like come in peeled. He always comes in peeled to every show, but his shape is really good too, man. I want to find a photo of his back double. He's got a really really good back double bicep. I'll find some
Okay.
closer up
Okay.
photos. Let's see if we can find some here. I have one of him tagged for sure. So these are good right here. Let's see.
Okay. He was first call out at what show?
So he's first call out here at Indy. So this is
Indy. Okay.
Keith right here. This is a front double bicep. He's got good shape, man. What you think?
Yeah. Yeah. Good shape. Presentation looks there. It looks conditioned, looks tight. Yeah, I definitely agree. The shape is there.
Yeah, big lats, small waist.
Yeah,
Everything is very proportionate. This
yeah.
was this was the kind of like the in between call out. So this was kind of like deciding those like fifth to 10th places. This is him on the far left right here. So there's the front
Okay,
double. I'm gonna pull up the back double. I like that pose a lot for him there on the far left.
okay. Back door. Okay.
I think that's a
Oh
great
yeah, thick
shot.
lats. Yeah, good mid traps, thick lats, rhomboids, hamstrings look tight. Yeah, that's a good shot for him for sure.
Yeah, so I think Keith is bringing like some of his best looks yet. I could see him doing pretty well here too. This was at Indy a pretty solid lineup, and I could see him being in the mix here as well. I would not be surprised to see
Yeah,
him in
first
that kind of
first call out at the Indy with first call out at the Indy. That was the show that Tyler was in, right?
yeah.
Yeah, first call out with Tyler, and that was Eric, I think, right?
So yeah, it was
So
Tyler, Eric, Andre,
Eric, Andre,
Wake.
yeah, yeah. Our first call out with that lineup is good. So that's a testimony in itself. In his presentation, his conditioning, his shape.
Yeah, I think he'll do pretty well here. Next up, we got Jared Keys. So Jared is coming off a top five at Orlando last week. And I think Jared's been just like steadily improving as the years progressed. So he competed a little bit earlier this year, had a top five at Tri City. And I think we're seeing probably his best in terms of like a well rounded package. So, like fullness, balance with condition, and just maintaining because like his biggest strength I think is like his fullness and like he just has this like pop to his muscle.
Yeah,
You've seen plenty of Jared, man. What stands out to you about Jared?
yeah. I've kind of been seeing Jared around like with your page and um, here and there. I think I've checked his profile out here and there. I like how he knows how to present his physique. I think he knows that he may not have the smallest waist, right, like Jarek, but he definitely knows how to present his physique where he showcases his strong points. He comes in really conditioned. He's really tight. Uh, everything. The lines are deep, which I think that's like one of his strong points is that he comes in tight. He doesn't come in off. I mean, I haven't seen him coming off the past like Pittsburgh and other shows. And the Orlando and all that. I haven't seen him coming off. So, and like you said, he does come in better. So I feel like with him knowing his strong points like that coming in tight, I feel like he can definitely do some damage too.
Yeah, I could see him fighting there, in the first call out. I think his
Yeah,
width is what is really going to carry him far here.
yeah, I agree.
Yeah. So that's Jared Keys. Next up, we got Brad Killian, who's making his pro debut. So this was from just 5 days out, roughly. So this was a day ago. And Brad's a huge guy. So
Yeah, he
I
looks.
saw
I was
him,
gonna
like, he
say he
kind of
looks. He
passed
looks
by at
tall from the
Indy.
photo.
Dude,
Okay.
he's like, I think he's like 6'3" or 6'4". He's one of the biggest guys, if not the
Okay,
biggest guy
I
in
can
flying.
tell. Yeah, okay, I can tell. I can see it.
I love this front shot. That's a really good front double bicep.
Yeah, and with the height, that can be really really dangerous too. With that height.
Yeah, and so he turned pro at 2021 North American. So this is his pro debut. And I was surprised to see that because, like, this guy looks pretty seasoned to me in terms of, like, he looks like he's been on stage at the pro level before. I was like, this guy's
Yeah,
got a
yeah.
great physique for a rookie,
Oh, back's good. Back's really good too. That how the lower lats come in like that. His back shot's great too.
Yeah, you know he's peeled. Like, you can tell he's in good shape. The vacuum. This is a really nice shot too. I like this one a lot.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, yeah, he looks good. Side tie-in is there. Hamstring drops. The vacuum was on point. Teardrops look like they're flaring out. Yeah, solid. And the height, yeah, that's easy. That's solid.
Yeah, I think
That's
he'll do
good.
pretty well in his pro debut. I could see this guy being, in the mix, potentially top 8 or so. So
Yeah, yeah.
that's
I can see first call out.
yeah.
I can see it.
Yeah, so that's Brad Killian. Next up, we got Eddie Lusk. So Eddie last competed in, I'm not sure what his last classic show was, to be honest with you. I know he did Pittsburgh. I met him at Pittsburgh last year, in 2023. He also goes back and forth between men's physique and then classic. So he did like the Palmetto
Okay.
show. I think in men's physique was his
Okay.
last show, but I think this is probably his most conditioned look to date. I like this back double bicep a lot. Kendall, break this one down.
Yeah, you're good shape, good lines. Knows how to set his physique just right on the side chest, front, back shot looks great. Hamstrings look deep, biceps. Yeah, it looks tight, looks conditioned. Um, I don't remember seeing him at the Pittsburgh Pro, but I'm not sure when his last show was. But whatever it was, he definitely pops a lot more right here. I mean, it looks like he probably made the right adjustments and took the criticism well. And he looks in shape. He looks conditioned. Back looks thick. It doesn't look like it's weak. Hamstrings, yeah, it looks solid.
Yeah, but I'll be interested to kind of see how his condition turns up on stage because that was always just like the one critique I would have had because he's got good
Okay.
shape, he's got good muscularity, he's a bigger guy, he just has like nice like muscle insertions too. I think he's very well rounded. I'll be intrigued to see if he can maintain this level of condition, we could see like a best all time look from Eddie here.
Yeah,
So
yeah. I don't see no weak parts necessarily. So definitely, if he comes in peaked, he could be like one of those guys that just shock the world a little bit.
yeah, so that's Eddie Lusk. Next up, we got Damian Ricketts. So this is a guy who has been to the Olympia a couple of times, 2017, 2019. This was from his last appearance, which was the 2022, or no, 2021 Savannah Pro, sorry, where he was sixth place. And just looking
Okay.
at some of these shots, I know they're kind of like moving around and whatnot, but what's your take on just like his overall structure, maybe some of his strengths? What stands out to you, man?
Yeah, like small waist. First thing I saw, small waist, flaring quads. It got the cross striations on the quads. Uh, yeah, man, his structure, small waist. It looks like he knows that, and he knows his strong points. Uh, Definitely can tell he has flow just by these pictures, how they're frozen and how they're shot. I can tell he has flow. Uh, it looks tight, man. That small waist, flaring quads with that nice structure could definitely put him be a strong point against all the other guys.
Yeah, he's very balanced, and I think that's probably his biggest strength. He's
Yeah, got the
definitely
calves to go
well
with
put
it. Yeah.
together. Yeah, I can see Damien doing well here. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised to see him in the first call out here, just given that he's a two-time Olympian and he's been here before. I think he could do pretty well here. This is a tough lineup, but
It is. It
Damien
is.
is
I was just thinking about that. I'm like, man, like how many guys we got left? Because this is a pretty tough one now. Because these guys, they
yeah.
don't look like they're slackers at all. They look like they're experienced, they're seasoned. Uh, it could be anyone's game initially. I mean, with how people peak, really. Everyone has strong points. Everyone's balanced. So
Yeah, agreed, man. Next up, we got Aaron Sparenberg. So this is another guy who's just absolutely massive. Like this is maybe the biggest guy in the lineup. I know we got at least like three guys who are 6'3" here. This is one of them. So this guy is just like absolutely massive. You can tell from the photos too that muscularity is one of his strengths too. Just huge when you look at his back double bicep right here, man.
yeah, yeah, yeah. I can tell his back. It takes up a lot of space for sure.
Yeah, and his condition's always a strong point too. Like if you look at this side
Yeah,
chest
skin
right
skin
here,
looks thin too. Skin looks really thin. The cuts look deep. Look, yeah, look like he's in shape. Those delts, the cross striations, the pecs, the side tie-in is crazy. I can tell those lines are deep. Yeah, he looks solid too, man. Another another guy that looks like he can easily be in the top guys. So
yeah. So that's Aaron Sparenberg. Next up, we got Stephen Thames. So I think you actually might have competed with this guy at Mid USA
yeah,
last
that's
year.
yeah, that's my boy. I see him at the gym I go to.
Oh no way! I didn't realize that.
Yeah. He goes the same gym I go to. Yeah, and we be saying what's up. We be dabbing each other up. I asked him when his next show was. He said he had a show coming up. I forgot exactly what show he said, but now I see it's the Atlanta Pro. So
That's funny, man.
yeah,
Uh, so
yeah.
so given that you know him, man, what are his strengths?
He's just a thick guy, just thick muscle tissue. Uh, just a brick house. Just he dude's got a wide back, thick, um, tons of muscle, tons of muscle. So if he peaks just right, he could be dangerous because he could definitely one of the more muscular guys, size wise. If he peaks right, he has just a ton of muscle. So that's definitely his strong point. Is his muscle bellies, his size can work in his favor.
Yeah, and I think he's got really good width too. You see it in the front lat spread right here. I'm gonna pull up the front, like this little teacup pose. Like he's
Yeah.
got huge lats too, big quads too.
Yeah,
I
man,
think that's very
he's a big
important for
dude.
classic.
Yeah, he's a big dude for sure. He's a big dude.
Yeah. So that is Stephen Thames. Next up, we got Lenny Wicks. So Lenny Wicks is a two-time Ben Weider champ. He's been to the Olympia, been to the Arnold Classic. So he's fifth at the Indy Pro. I had a chance to see him in person. So these are some photos that I took actually. And like this guy's muscle is crazy to see in person. Like knowing that this guy is natural. I know, you're gonna have your hater here and there be like, oh, it's not natural, whatever. But
Yeah,
dude,
yeah, yeah,
no,
yeah.
I like this guy works so damn hard. Like world champion power lifter. He's been training for probably like 15, 20 years maybe. Like you can tell this is muscle that was built like over a long, long period of time, man. Like this is crazy to see in person.
Yeah, I'll see him soon. I know if he's on the Ben Weirder, I'll see him soon.
Yeah, I don't know if he's doing it this year, but it would definitely be a
Oh,
fun
he's not.
matchup.
Oh, got my hopes up. No, he looks strong, man. Uh, tie-ins look deep. He looks like he looks like he carries a lot of muscle too.
He's crazy dense.
Is there a front or back shot?
Yeah, I'll pull one up here. So let's
Yeah.
see.
How does his front and back look? I want to see
Might be a
like the symmetry.
twisting shot in here. So I'll you know what, we got, yeah, here we go. This is video. But I think I got one of the call outs with him in it. Let's see. Uh here we go. All right, so Wix is right there. So center right.
Oh, he was in
You
the
see
Indy.
that?
Okay.
Yeah, yeah. So he's fifth there.
Oh, what did he place? Was it
He was
behind
fifth.
Eric? Fifth. Okay. Okay. And how does his back look?
He's got a really good back. I think his
Really good
back is
back.
probably his best body part, to be honest with
Strong
you.
point. Okay.
Well, and his legs. Like he's got crazy legs.
Oh, I see his back. Oh yeah, yeah. His back does look pretty dense. Yeah, lines everywhere. Okay.
Yeah, I think this guy, like, to me, is I was really struggling with where to place him, and we'll get to our predictions here soon. But like,
Okay.
man, he's got to be in consideration for first call out for sure. But
Oh yeah.
like
Oh yeah. Oh
I
yeah.
can see him being as high as like 4 or 5. To be honest with you, there's some dogs in this lineup, but like this guy's really good.
Yeah. Yeah. Definitely. Yeah. A lot. Yeah. A lot of shape guys in the show. A lot of structured guys.
Yeah. So that's Lenny Wicks. And our last guy, speaking of structure guys, this is Andrew Wilson, who was third at the Body B1 Pro. This
Okay.
guy is classic to a T, in my opinion.
Yeah. Tall. Tall. I can tell he's tall too.
Yeah, he's like 6'3", I think.
Six. Yeah. Them tall guys dangerous. Tall guys dangerous.
Back double was a very good shot too.
Yeah. Good lines. Good detail. Yeah. Good. Nice thick back. Yeah. 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 If it comes
Yeah,
in just
I
right,
think he's
that
really
he can be
underrated,
dangerous
man.
too.
If they nail the peak right here, this guy's
Yep.
in contention for a top 5 spot for sure.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. I agree.
Yeah. Yeah, so that is Andrew Wilson, and that's our full classic physique lineup, everybody.
Preach
So now
that.
we'll get to the interesting part, and Kendall and I are going to make our predictions. So we're going to do things a little different this week, guys. I know you're probably used to just giving the 5-1 straight up, but we're going to alternate. I'll start out with my fifth place pick. So I'm going to go Jared Keys here in fifth place. So I'll pull up Jared. So I think Jared is going to be my fifth place pick just because I really like his width. I think he's going to
Mhm.
shine with just he's got very wide clavicles, big lats, and we saw his best to date last week. I only expect him to be better. I know he's just grinding to bring his best condition and really balance out that fullness. So I think we're going to see another all-time best from Jared at this show, and he's highly motivated right now, and we're going to see an all-time best physique, I think, from Jared Keys. So I got Jared there in fifth place.
I'm going to put Lenny as fifth.
Okay.
I feel great shape, great density, great muscle bellies. Um, he can easily, change that if it comes in tighter. Um, I feel like with the guys I have above, they have some certain strong points that can work a little more in their favor. But he's definitely a solid guy. Great shape, great conditioning, presentation is there, great back door bicep. I can see him being fifth for sure.
Yeah, this was a guy I was really like. I was like, man, I could put him in fifth, but is tough,
Yeah,
dude. There's so many
yeah,
good guys in
it's
like the
tough.
5 to 10
They
spot.
definitely battle between him and Jared. Uh, but he looks tight too. And he looks like he has a little height and some structure. So, but Jared can easily change that with his presentation. I mean, I've seen it. Um,
Yeah.
so he can go either way. But I definitely feel like he'll get a good fifth.
Mhm. All right, so we got Lenny in fifth for Kendall. So I'll go my fourth place pick. I'm gonna go Terrence Bonds here in fifth place or fourth place. Sorry. So I got Terrence here in fourth. I think structurally he's very very gifted, and in terms of the back in this show, if we pull up that back double bicep from the uh, the Body B1 Pro, from top to bottom, he might have like the most complete back double bicep in this show. Like especially when considering the glutes and the hamstrings in the equation. Like this guy is really really tough. I think, um, just very dense, has good shape. His condition's going to be one of the best in the lineup too. So I think we see Terrence place pretty well here. I got him in fourth.
Okay. I got let's see if I got his name right. Uh was it Damien? Yeah, I got him for fourth. He great. I don't know his height, but great presentation, great lines, great structure. He looks pretty. He looks conditioned from top to bottom. Uh, I think his flow would make him stand out as well. Great cross trace in the quads. I don't see any rear shots, but just from the front, I can tell he's really really tight. Uh, and I feel like he fits the classic structure. Like he's not too heavy on top and bottom, more so than the other. He looks balanced, flow, condition. So I think I got him for fourth.
All right, so we got Damian Ricketts in fourth for Kendall. So my third place finisher is going to be Andrew Wilson. I think we're going to see an all-time best from Andrew. Six
Okay.
foot three, roughly. Don't quote me on that. I'll find out this weekend. I'll meet him for the first time this weekend. But Andrew's got great structure, very well put together, conditions there. Like this back double bicep is such a good shot, man. I think he doesn't have any weak points either. And I think he stacks up pretty well in terms of shape, muscularity, fullness, condition. Like it's all there. So I got Andrew Wilson here in third.
Okay. I got go back to the list. I got what was his name?
BJ Carswell, I think. Oh, let's see. This
Was that
guy.
him? Yeah, him. I got him for third. Uh, got a Steve Loris structure. Like I said, I hope I'm saying his name right. Steve Loris structure, which I think he had one of the more unique structures in classic physique. Just the way he presented his physique, I feel like he's very similar to that. Now this is 2 years ago, right?
Yeah.
So this is 2 years ago, so he can easily put on the proper muscularity, muscle tissue to make this pop even more. Great side chest, great presentation. If he comes in, he has the flaring in his quads. They sweep really good. The calves stand out. If he comes in tight and has the right improvements necessary, I think he can easily be a good third. Fits the classic physique look really, really well. So yeah,
Right. So we got BJ Carswell in third for Kendall. So this is where it gets tough. I think it's gonna
yeah,
be
yeah. Yeah,
I think
I
what's
got
gonna happen is we're
yeah,
gonna
same,
see
same. I got mine too,
yeah.
but I'm the same way.
We got two guys who I think it's gonna come down to two poses. I think it's gonna come down to the side chest
Side chest,
and the
yep,
favorite classic.
yep,
So
yep,
matchup wise, both of these guys have awesome structure. They're both great. You know, they have the big lats, the small waist, the big quads. They're gonna both be peeled. So I think front double bicep and back double bicep and ab and thigh are both gonna be like splitting hairs close poses. Where separation is gonna be gained is who has the most density in the side chest. I could see that. And then who so the judging for the favorite classic pose is always interesting, right? Where it's like it's more or less like who catches the judge's attention and who has like the most like flair to their pose is
yep,
the one who generally wins.
yep.
So I think it comes down to those two poses. And I think whoever wins those two poses, now if they split them, it's going to be, really interesting too. But if one of these guys can take charge and win both of those poses, I think that guy wins the show. So, with that said, it's really tough for me. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if it's a split decision. I'm gonna go Jarek in second. Now, I think Jarek's good enough to win the show. Like I said, it's gonna come down to those two poses. He's peeled out of his mind, can pose extremely well, very balanced, has great flow. Like this guy is classic to a T. I've got him in second though, and I'll explain my rationale for why I have the winner in first after Kendall makes his second place pick.
Um, so I actually have Jarek in second as well, and it's very difficult. But I feel like I rock with Jarek. I mean, I rock with him for a minute. He has the best structure, like in this lineup. I mean, Like I said, the waist is on Yemi. I mean, the side profile, everything. He needs to be like peeled out of his mind. Like he needs to have his cuts deep, and he needs to come in just peel. If he comes in peeled, he can skate this. Honestly, I'm that confident in his ability. Uh, he looks in shape. He looks conditioned. I feel like the other guy, his cuts are a little bit deep, and it's kind of hard to beat deep cuts that stand out. Um, but if it's cuts, if he comes in deep cuts, man, I got Jared. I mean, but as far as what I'm seeing, I'm going to have Jared second and the next guy first.
Yeah, dude, it's so tough. Like, 'cause Jarek looks really good, man, and
Yeah, he
the
looks real. He looks
deep.
he looks really good. But because there's another guy with deep cuts, I feel like he just needs to be peeled out of his mind. If it wasn't for this other guy and he comes in shape like this, he can win it. But he needs to. Jared needs to come in deep cuts and just very conditioned, straight hamstrings, glutes, all that kind of stuff. Because he has the most beautiful physique, like for sure. I mean, very captivating, and with posing flow. So yeah.
Yeah, it's gonna be super close, man. I'm definitely rooting for Jarek too. I want to see him do well because
Yeah, I'm going to be
he's a
like
good
clapping my
dude.
hands for
He's been
Jared
away
for
from the
sure.
stage for a while. It's just
Yeah,
like this is a tight one.
yeah, yeah.
So my winner, I'm gonna go with Barbs. I just think Barbs is gonna win. I think he's gonna win those two poses, the side chests and the favorite classic. Now I do think Jarek could win those poses, especially I think the favorite classic is where Jarek can really
Yeah, because
shine.
he
I
can.
do think
Yeah,
Barbs.
I agree. I agree.
Yeah, I think Barbs in the side chest though is the details going to be the difference, like you said. Like he's like one of, if not the most conditioned guy in classic. Like he's right up there, and he's got great structure. He's very complete, and I know he's put on size. Like I've seen quite a few photos that he sent me, and like he looks bigger. So this but bigger with the same condition is very dangerous in my opinion. I got Barb's taking this one, and it's merely because I know exactly what to expect. Him and Sebastian don't miss, and I think Barb's takes this one. So I got him winning this show.
Yeah, yeah, same, same. The second you showed me him, I said, oh, ooh, cuts, ooh, that's deep. I immediately saw the conditioning, even through the video, and yeah, man, that's gonna be hard to beat, especially with added tissue. Yeah, that's pretty hard to beat. But I do agree with you. It does come down to the wire. It's not like it's going to be an easy win for him. Uh, even though we're not seeing it with his refined shape, I do feel like Jared can easily come in and just showcase what he's been doing these past few years and just improve people that hey I'm here to stay. But it's definitely going to be a battle between a few rounds, for sure, between them two.
Yeah, it's going to be really close. And it's going to be a great show, guys. I'm going to be there giving you guys all the updates for this show. So, giving you guys the call outs, the footage, you name it. It'll be on my page. And then you can also watch it on a live stream too if you want to catch the whole show there. So, those are our predictions. But before we get out of here, I want to make sure to give another shout out to Kendahl for taking the time out of his day to preview this show with me and just talk classic physique. It's always good catching up with him. So
Yes,
make sure
yes.
you guys use his codes, inquire about coaching if you're looking for a coach. He's very knowledgeable. So make sure you guys check out Kendahl's page, give him a follow. And before we wrap things up, Kendahl, the floor is yours, man. Do you want to give any shout outs to the athletes or your sponsors or just let people
Uh,
know what's going on in your life?
yeah, well, like child, Vanquish, just being a new athlete, I'm very excited to start this journey with them, and I'm excited for what's to come, and grateful that they reached out to me to be a part of their team. Shout out Jarek, man. We've been following each other for years. He's always been in my comments. He always shot me some DMs, supporting. We never met each other, but we always had this love with each other, and in hopes that we would make it to the O. So. I'm going to be there full. If there's a live stream, I'll find it, or if even photos, whatever. I'm gonna shout the guy out, give him some, make sure I showcase my support with Jared. Hope he, yeah, I would love to see him at the O after a hiatus. That would be amazing. Um, and just all the athletes in general, man. I know I haven't met really. I only know much of the athletes on the list, but I'm sure I would meet them at some point. You know, and they all worked hard for the O, and it's coming up too. So this is so. Shout out to all their hard work, and hope that they present their best, man. And I'm looking for a great show, man. It could be anyone's game. I mean, honestly, everyone had structure, shape. Everyone's, so I'm excited when I know that there's not like a dedicated win. Like it's like it can really. There's the guys that can come in that we know. Okay, this guy can probably place this, but it can be anyone's game, man. So that's what's exciting about classic physique is that it's not a size thing. It's like tightness, structure, presentation, flow, everything.
Absolutely, man. And I want to thank you again for taking the time out to
Yeah,
just
yeah, yeah,
preview this one, man. It means a
yeah,
lot. I know the athletes appreciate it and the fans back
yeah,
home, they appreciate it too,
yeah.
man. So
Yes, sir.
thank you. But
Yes,
that's
sir.
going to do it for the video today, guys. I want to remind you all, if you're not subscribed yet, make sure you click that subscribe button, like, comment, and share this video. And thank you again for watching the best channel in classic physique, CPC bodybuilding. I'm Brant, and that's Kendahl. Make sure you guys keep it classic.
Yes,
We'll see you
sir.
later.